Set stories, Patrick Stewart. So my dad works in film. Since I was little, actually the first things I got paid for was bringing my stuffed animals to set and like playing with them on set. I think it was called The Good Mother. And they paid me for that. I was like not even understanding what was happening, but they started filming when I was on set. And apparently that was like the first time that I thought I was gonna be a star since then, but it didn't really happen. But anyways, that happened. But I had this ritual with my dad where I'd go to every set that he was working on, all the big films that came through to Toronto. So, all the majors would come in and he would always be pretty integrated in the film sets and what was happening. So X-Men came through, was filming at, I think, the CBC building down on Front Street. My cousins got to go. They got to meet Halle Berry. Everybody was just like so excited with everything. I was excited too, maybe not as excited as like some of my younger cousins because I was, 19, 20, in that age where you're too cool for like anything really, including film sets. But I decided to go visit my dad on X-Men because I had gone to every film set. I usually got to read the scripts ahead of time. I would get the script, like the production scripts, and I would read them voraciously. And then I just thought like the whole world was so cool. So I go to X-Men. There's a lot of people around. They were doing, I think, some of like the major things on X-Men. I got to see like the door and some of like the major key motifs of X-Men. I got to see like, I think Wolfman being like dropped into, and I don't think it was him. I think it was one of his like doubles that was dropped into this like water tank, and they were filming it. It was so cool to see. But on the day that I went to set, I was hanging out with my dad. So I went to the craft table, there was like licorice. It was a pretty good craft table. So, whatever. I was just taking a break. And who walks up beside me but Patrick Stewart? And he's so classy. And he walks up and he was wearing his, what was his role in X-Men? Xavier. Yeah. In the suit, all ready to go. So sophisticated and classy. I'm 19 or 20. Like, I'm pretty young. And Patrick Stewart just like cruises right up beside me, like right here. And he grabs like licorice or whatever, and I am like, oh my God, like Patrick Stewart's beside me. In my head, recited some sort of like Shakespearean thing about craft services and craft snacks, and then turned around and walked off. And like, that was it. So that's my Patrick Stewart story.